Hey friends, Lucian here with the Bullish Bears team, making the watch list video for Monday, what is it, October 9th. So I'm going to get right into it, and going to do a little test here. We are working on potentially adding some swing trades on for you guys as well. So we're going to tweak things along the way, but we might start having a swing trade watch list as well. So I might see what I can do in this video about showing you some of those as well. But just kind of going through a few things before we get started. First thing that you need to really be aware of, and it's very important, when day trading or trading really in general, it's very important to watch the overall market and seeing what it's doing. So for instance, if you pull up the SPX, if it's in an uptrend, you know, stocks will tend to be a little bit more bullish, but there are going to be days where, you know, say the market pulls back and, you know, it's a red day. And a lot of times, you know, these small cap stocks, and stocks in general, they run with the market. So if we put out a watch list and the market's having a down day, it might not be the day to go bullish on a stock. That's where shorting or buying puts, if you're doing options, really comes in. So that's why it's important to really learn and practice shorting as well as longing for the days where, again, we could put out a watch list, and Friday was a perfect example. Stocks just really were really funky, and they really weren't doing much because the market, you know, it finished red, but it was really funky to start the day. So it's hard to trade some of these stocks when the market's down overall, because, you know, the majority of these stocks run with the market. So that's why it's important to basically trade or learn to trade both ways, to learn longing and shorting. Interactive Broker is an awesome broker for shorting. I personally use Interactive Brokers for trading, and then I use Thinkorswim for my charting. So that's how I do things. But again, it's really important to practice learning how to short. Watch our videos, watch our Watchlist videos, watch our videos on shorting and day trading in general, just to get really comfortable with it. So the other thing too, when I'm doing these alerts at night, I set them up many times for them to be, you know, if it breaks a certain level, to take it potentially long. But a lot of people that are more short bias will let a breakout happen, see if it's a confirmed breakout, and then watch for it to create a top, like a head and shoulders or a lower high, or a pattern that, you know, is a potential reversal pattern, and they'll short them. So, you know, that's where you got to determine for yourself. That's why we're not calling out trades, which I'll get to in a moment as well. You need to learn how to determine how to become the trader that you want to be, because no one can tell you what's the best trader to be. That's really a decision that's up to you, because everybody's different. Some people are long bias, some people are short bias, some people are scalpers, some people are swing traders. So again, and there's not really necessarily a right or a wrong way to trade. It's finding where you're most comfortable, setting up really proper and disciplined risk management strategies. I can't stress that enough. It's obviously, you know, ideally you want to have a 1 to 2 profit loss ratio. So if you're risking 10 cents, you're obviously wanting to make at least 20 cents, or at least a 1 to 1 minimum ratio. If you're going to risk 10 cents, it's ideally to gain 10 cents. But ideally you want to set a 1 to 2 ratio of profit loss ratio when trading. So it's setting up proper risk management. It's looking at the overall trends in the market. It's learning how to read charts, proper support and resistance, patterns, looking at candlesticks and what the candlesticks are actually doing, looking at moving average lines and what's happening. Again, looking at the overall trend in the market, looking at level 2 with time and sales. You know, I'm making it sound so easy, or like matter of fact as I'm saying this, but the only way to learn this stuff is making hundreds of practice trades over a course of at least 6 months, even to a year of constantly practicing. There's no way around it. I wish there was. And that's where, you know, again, talking to you about trade alerts, right? We are putting trade alerts and we're sending you alerts, each day with the watch list. They're not buy alerts. They're not, hey, if a stock breaks this level, get into it. It's, hey, if a stock breaks this key level, you need to look at support, resistance, pattern, volume, look at the overall market, and then make your decision on whether you're going to go long or short, where you're going to scalp, looking at support and resistance. Again, you might say to yourself, well, man, I'm new. How do I do all of this? Well, basically, you need to, every single day, go out there, practice, make hundreds of trades, watch our watch list videos every day, watch our YouTube channel, watch the videos on there, take our free courses, join our trade room that's free, and just shadow and get in there every single day. It takes hard work. And the reason why we don't give you the exact trades of where to get in, where to get out, is because we don't want to hurt you. We want to help you to become a good trader. Now, a lot of people could be like, well, how's that hurt me? Like, I see a lot of these big companies, a lot of the big leaders, a lot of the big companies will promote trade alert services. Why wouldn't I want to do that? And the reason for that is, if you think about it, again, we've been saying this in our videos lately, but we really want to just ingrain this in people that are following us, because it would behoove Tim, Dan, and myself to create an alert service and have you get in the trades that we're in. And if you just think about it, it just makes common sense, right? Like if Tim, Dan, and I got a position in a trade and we're in that position and then we call it out, we have close to 600 people in our trade room as of the making this video, 580 something. If we call out a trade in our trade room to 580 people, even if 10, 20% got in that same trade, that's bringing volume into the stock, right? So what happens is you would come in, we'd call out a trade, you guys would bring in some extra volume. It would then hit scanners like Trade Ideas and other scanners, and then attract more buyers to come in. Then again, we would go sell our position before we call out the sell to you. So we might say in ABC company at $2.05, and then you guys all scramble, and maybe you're getting in at $2.08 or 9 or 10 cents. And then we find the profit potential or profit area that we want to take our profits. Let's say it was 2.30. We're out, Tim, Dan, and I, we sell at 2.30. Now we're calling you guys out, get out at, we just sold at 2.30. Now you guys are scrambling to get out of that position, and maybe you're selling at 2.22 or 2.23. Meaning, my point being in all of this is we're always going to be ahead of you guys, just like all of these people that are calling out trade alerts. They're always in ahead of you and they're always out ahead of you. So people are always chasing them to get in and chasing on the way out. And that's a terrible way to trade. There's no way, that's just not proper. That's going to hurt you as a trader. And I mean this in the nicest way when I say it, but it's kind of like the analogy of kind of like a drug dealer, right? People, they want you dependent on them. Again, I'm not saying the leaders and these companies are doing bad things, but what happens is if you are dependent on them to call out the trades to you, you become dependent and you're not becoming a good trader. And that's going to kill you as a trader. The ideal way to trade is basically learning how to trade yourself, becoming a disciplined trader and making your own trades, not becoming dependent on other people's trades, because that's going to kill you as a trader. Tim, Dan, and myself did that a lot. We joined a lot of alert services in the beginning when we started trading, and that was just detrimental to our trading success. The only way around it is to do hard work, hundreds of practice trades, practicing, watching lots of hours. I mean, you're going to have to watch lots of YouTube videos. Go through all of our YouTube videos. We have hundreds of hours there. Every day, watch a YouTube video. Every day, study it. Every day, get disciplined. Every day, practice proper risk management strategies, and don't become dependent on an alert service. So we're going to give you the alerts, right? But then we're going to allow you to make the decision of what stock you're going to get into. Tim, Dan, and I are not going to say, hey, get into the stock that we just got in on, because we don't want to hurt you as a trader. That's going to harm you. And again, just think about it. It's just in our best interest to do an alert service and say, get in the same stock that we do. We have lots of followers. It would just be in our best interest to do it, but we're not going to do that because we're all about trying to help you. So we just really want to stress that importance to you, is that you don't ever want to become reliant on another trader's trades. That's going to be detrimental to your trading success. So that being said, doing the watch list video, watch the alerts, put these alerts into your brokerage account. If you're doing Thinkorswim, basically you would just do a right click, click create alert, and do it when, at or above a certain level, hit create, and then the alert will show up, and then you go up to Market Watch up here, and then you will see the alerts that are sent out every day. Then you can go and just input your cell phone number. If you're in Thinkorswim, go to Setup, go to Application Settings, go to Notifications, and put in your cell phone or email address when the alerts fire off, and just practice trading. There's no easy way around it other than just non-stop practice, watching the charts, and looking at the overall big picture. We do offer some personal coaching. If you do want to get coaching for us, go over to our website, bullishbears.com. Excuse me, send us an email if you want some private coaching. We give everything pretty much for free, other than coaching. If you want private one-on-one coaching, send us what you're looking for, and we will give you a heads up, excuse me, on our rates. So again, just wanted to kind of stress this to you guys, because we're doing everything to help you to become profitable traders. If you're confused, if you want to know more, it's going to take hard work. There's no other way around it. Hundreds of hours of practice trades, hundreds of hours of watching videos, and until you get really comfortable trading. So now I'm going to go into the watch list video for Monday. Again, we're going to look for stocks that are going to break out or break down. And you're going to take, excuse me, my throat's really bothering me today. You're going to determine whether you're going to take these stocks long or whether you're going to take them short. And obviously that's all based upon watching charts and patterns. Sorry, I got to keep pausing this video because I keep coughing. I don't know what's going on here. So I'm losing my voice or something. So SRRA. This has been on my watch list for the past couple of days. This thing cannot seem to break out. And as you can see, a doji right up there, right above, or right at that 194 marker. I mean, if this thing breaks 194, ideally if it breaks $2. So I think I'm going to put an alert this time for $2. If it breaks $2, this thing can fly, but it's being like really stubborn with wanting to break it. You'll see it's just kind of this indecision, not doing much of anything, light on volume. But if it breaks $2, this thing could have some really good room to run. So I'm going to create alert for $2, but be careful if this thing falls. This could easily reject at $2 and come right back down, from there. So that's just really all. Just want to confirm here something. Yeah, it's all. It just has to break that $2 if it's going to continue bullish. So the scan, we're doing stocks between $1 and $10, minimum 500,000 volume, 5% gain on the day with 100 million in shares outstanding. And potential 20 plays, not that many today, again, because there was some indecision in the market on Friday. So let's get into it. Linu, L-I-N-U. This one went up and then pulled right back. I don't like when it does that. Ideally, I want to see it holding its highs. So, but at the same time, so normally I wouldn't put this on the watch list, but look at this pattern over here, how it's done that several times. So normally I probably wouldn't put this on the watch list, but you can see a history of 1, 2, 3 candlesticks, even the fourth one, those 4 days like this. This thing could really trap you and be absolutely crazy. Ideally, I want to see it break 320. Again, I preferred for it to have kept the highs, but if it breaks 320, it might be a nice play. Again, look at the patterns in the past, what it did. And you could see lots of volume came in here on Friday. So this one might be a potential play to watch. So if it breaks, 320, be careful that you want it to hold ideally above 320. This is one that could easily go break 320 and smack right back down. You'll see that it just These wicks and stuff like that are just, you know, these tails and wicks. You got to be careful of them. So have a really tight stop. Make sure it holds above that 320, or ideally, you know, at worst case scenario, that $3 area, that whole dollar amount. That's very important to watch. What I'm also going to do, which I've been showing in the videos lately, is I also go over to DOS, which is a platform I use with Interactive Brokers, and I try to check and make sure that these are not, I'm going to correct my lingo, I've been saying 5-cent movers. What I meant to say is 5-cent spreads. I don't like stocks that have a 5-cent automatic bid and ask spread. I don't like the trap on them and how things play out, so I try not to put those ones on the watch list. I don't think either of these two are ones that are like that, but I will see. S means shortable, so you know, Interactive Brokers, you'll see when there's an S, it's shortable, and they have actually pretty decent locates for shares. Lineu is not shortable, so. But if this said S.5C, that would be a 5-cent spread, which I'll find some on the watch list. I'll show you when I see it. CWBR. Let's see what this one. I don't like when it goes all the way up and pulls back like that, because it's hard to, like, it's got to break that 760 for it to go up further. This could be a nice short. It is at 590. So this one I would put, I actually might look at this one as a potential short if it rejects at, let's say, at or below 590 for a potential short. At or below 590. Let me just see here. CWBR. It's not. That's weird. CWBR. I don't know why it's not showing on. That looks a little weird. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Why it's grayed out like that. So I don't know. I'm gonna put it on the watch list to watch, see what happens with it on Monday. Not sure if it's shortable with Thinkorswim. It looks a little funky on DOS, so that might be a questionable one for myself. That maybe I'll take it off if it's not, you know, if something funky's going on with it. CNET. Wow, another one, huh? Man, that's crazy. Not putting that one on. CCIH. Man, that thing wants to, like, it's hovering right above that dollar mark. So this one, let me just erase this. That dollar mark is a very, very important level. Didn't hold. It's got to break that 116. So this thing, and then there's some resistance right around 146, 147. I don't love it. Want to see it break 115. Again, if I see some other ones that I like better, I might take this one off, but I'll put it on for the right now. CCIH. TTNP. Let me go over here just to check CCIH first. Okay. TTNP. Let me just double check this one. Okay, S.5C. See that? 5-cent increments. And should have. This one's not as. Yeah, you can see these just very obvious the way it moves. So not putting that one on the watch list. I would have if it wasn't one, but. MTEM. Let me take a look over here. Yep, like this one. At or above, I'd actually put it 950, but it's at a yearly high. $0.50 amount. Not much on the weekly. You don't know how much more. Some of these stocks that are like overextended, you don't know how much farther they can pull and go up. So I'd like to see this one at or above 950. But if it rejects around this 940 to 950, this could be a great short. You know, right down to the 9 EMA, if not further. I don't even know where the man, the 50 and 200 must be way down here. So MTEM at or above 950, or you know, at or below. I'd probably say $9 on this one. For a potential short, this could be a really nice short if you can get shares to locate. So, yeah, MTEM, VHC. So this one's overextended. It's at its yearly highs. Let me take a look over here. VHC. Oh, that's a 5C one. Not shortable, 5-cent increments. Nope. Well, I would have put it on, but I don't like that. You can see just this one's not as obvious as some of them, but they kind of just move just in a specific pattern. They're like very blocky and choppy, which I just don't like. TA. I think I'm going to put this one on. Let me just take a look over here. Nope. S.5C, 5-cent increment. Yeah, I should have known. Look at these. See that? How they're very like blocky and they're just very unnatural looking. I mean, this is a great chart pattern. Inverse head and shoulders. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Going up into the gap. This thing could be a nice mover, but I just don't like playing movers like that. It's a great pattern. Beautiful looking pattern. ANY. Nope. INFI. Inverse head and shoulder, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Although the shoulder should be up a little bit higher. It looks like one. This one should be down a little bit further, but it just looks like an inverse head and shoulders. But even so, I just don't. I don't like the tails and the wicks on it. RNN. It is holding its highs. I don't like how that 200 SMA is right there. So I don't like it. This one might be, let me see if this one's a 5-cent. Nope. I wish it was above that 200 SMA. It's kind of close to it right now. Maybe I'd come back to it. VKTX. Well, not pulled back. Put that $2. Let me see over here. Oh, I don't love it. I just don't like that, like, how it pulls back like that. Although it is above $2, you just don't know. And then you see these long tails like that. I just don't like when a stock does that. So I'm not going to put that on. CNIT, another one like that. Just don't like that. LOV. This one's got to be a 5-cent spread. LOV. Oh, maybe not. Wow. Interesting. Wow. I just don't like all of... It's just... I mean, this is natural on a lot of these small caps, but these are all over the place, the tails and the wicks. They're just hard to trade. KNDI, I think that's a 5-cent spread. Yeah. S.5C. CYRX. Dries. Nope. EAGN. Is that one? EGN. Yeah, don't love same thing. OTIV. It's another ugly looking chart. GLDD. Possibly, if this one's not a, this one might be a 5-cent spread too. Yeah, a lot of these garbage looking ones on here, man. Not great, but again, there wasn't a great day on Friday. That's why you want to look at our trade ideas scans in the morning too, see if there's anything on there. Let's take a look at if any of these over here might be ones to look at. UTSI, let me see. Yeah, so you want to use trade ideas in conjunction with this list to see if there's anything that catches your interest over there in the morning. Again, there's days like this in the market. That's why learning how to short is super important, so you can play stocks both ways. Pull back at 263. Don't love it. SOTK, nope. CBay, nope. AXTI, nope. SRRA, had that on. TRST, PIRS, and MRNS. So that's really it for the watch list. Not a lot of good plays. It wasn't really a great looking day. Again, you want to use use these in conjunction with our trade ideas ones in the morning. Let's take a look and see if there are any for a potential swing trades. So let's go over here for swing trade watch list potentially. See over here. BEDU. This one's a potential. I did pull back to $27. Support is $26.21. Want to see if it breaks $27.86 for potential continuation up. So here's some support. Want to see it break $27.86. That is also on the yearly. It is still going up. That is one potentially to watch. It says $27.86. I would get a little bit nervous on this one, just because you don't really know. It can continue forward. I'd like to see this one break $28. I will put an alert at $27.86, but you have to watch this one closely. Again, if it goes and breaks $27.86, you want to see if it breaks $28. If it breaks $28, that would be the new hold at $28. You know, got to watch this one closely, but you could see support here at $26.21. So I would put BEDU as a watch. Now, again, with some of these on the swing trades, that doesn't mean something's going to happen Monday. You could put these on a watch list and just, put them into your alerts, and they might fire off a couple days or a week or two from now. So if you're going to do some swing trading, whether you're going to, buy actual shares or do options, keep these on a watch list and see what happens with them. UA, don't like it. IMPV. This one, I like if it's able to break this 46.66 marker. You'll see that would be it's double or triple or quadruple bottom. I mean, it's a big bottom there. I'd like to see it break above 46.66. So I'd put an alert at or above 46.66. If that breaks that could have some room to run. So I would take a look on IMPV. If it breaks that level, got to be careful. It's got to break that level there, so keep an eye on it. FTNT. This is another one. If it breaks this 39.50 area, that might be one to watch. Let me put a line there. And I'll put an alert. At 39.50. So FTNT is potentially one to watch. And then obviously if it breaks this area, 39.50, that'd be the new support area. So if it breaks down, I'd get out. So we'll put FTNT. PETS, no. MITEY, no. ABY, nah. NTCT, no. ERJ, no. CCK. It's got to break that. I don't love it. LPT, no. DCT. This one potentially, that one could be. So you could see if this one breaks, so it's at 58.80. You got to see it break this. You know, so you could see some resistance here at 59.31, $60. Potentially a 9 to 20 crossover coming. So I would actually, if it breaks 58.86, keep an eye on it. I put an alert on it to watch this one for a potential, or where did I put that? 58.86. That's one to potentially watch. Potentially 9 crossing over. Might go up. Obviously, you got to be careful around $60. See if it creates a double top and fails, or if it goes and breaks. But DCT is one to watch. USFD, no. BCE, no. FR, no, no, no. No. So not a lot. You know, there's a few potentially okay swing trades to keep an eye on. Again, those might trigger within a couple days, a week. Who the heck knows? You got to take a watch them. You know, watch. There's no guarantees if you're looking. That's why we stress that you also don't want to get in someone's alert service, because anything can happen. Number one, you're relying on the gurus. Number two, you're not learning how to trade yourself. You're just copying someone else's trade. So if you're relying upon them and you don't know how to trade yourself and you're dependent on somebody else, you're never going to succeed as a trader. Unfortunately, that is the reality. And so, you know, having these alerts, setting them up in the system yourself, practicing, you know, make practice swing trades, make practice day trades, until you get really comfortable. And as you can see, you know, a day like today, for Monday, you know, from Friday for Watchlist, there's not a lot on there, but that's where you got to take a look Monday on our trade ideas. If you go over here, make sure you like and follow our fan page on Facebook so you get the alerts. Make sure you do both. Because, again, it's Bullish Bears on Facebook. Like and follow our fan page, because every morning by 9 a.m., we post the trade ideas, pre-market movers, as well as Benzinga news. Again, Trade Ideas is our scanner of choice. It's definitely the best scanner in the industry. And, you know, for perfect example, like days like today, you see, like, I did a watch list. There's only like 5 on there for Monday. So, hey, maybe the market's going to pull back on Monday. Maybe there'll be more short potential than there will long potential. Or maybe Monday morning will be really bullish and have a lot of great pre-market movers, and you can add some of them on your watch list as well. So when you get this watch list, you want to see, let me see if I can, what the heck here. Okay, perfect. You can see over here where there's volume. So you can see, look at the ones that have volume in the morning. You can see the symbol over here. You can look at the float, see how much they've gapped up, and then put these symbols into Thinkorswim. Look at the patterns that are forming on, you know, in the pre-market. And then you basically, so you'll see pre-market, this gray area right here, you'll see what's going on there. And then you just look at the daily and you'll see, like, hey, if there's good news or something coming out, there might be a potential breakout or a breakdown that you would look at. So basically you pull off these stocks, just like I'm making the nightly watch list. So you do the same thing with trade ideas in the morning, you see a handful that are potentially running, and you put those on your watch list and watch them just like you're watching the ones that I do on the watch list at night. Now, many of these trade ideas ones will be a lot more volatile. They'll either skyrocket or collapse really quickly because a lot of the top traders are really trading them. So our watch list at night, you might get, some good movers, but not like as crazy as trade ideas, but it's also not going to get you necessarily as trapped in as many as trades as some of the trade ideas ones are. So trade ideas are really good for when you're really comfortable trading, got lots of volatility. Sometimes you get some of the ones on my watch list at night on trade ideas in the morning. So then obviously that'll cause some volatility too. But obviously you want to, make sure, again, you like and follow our fan page so you get these trade ideas movers that we do in the morning. And Benzinga, too, is our news site of choice. Benzinga does breaking news every morning and throughout the day. They also have a feature where they'll read live news. So while you're trading, you can hear the news coming out live. What happens is when there's breaking news, will come out, let's say at 8:49, you saw something on COST, right? And you can see whatever, it's going up or down. Let's just take ATW, it's green. So that's good news, right? So now let's say you saw at 8:47, ATW has some good news, right? You could potentially go and get in on that trade a lot quicker. So you're catching it right when the news breaks. You could potentially get in. I don't like getting in pre-market, but I'm saying in theory you could, or throughout the day. Let's say it was at 9:35 or something and news came out breaking on ATW and you saw that it was a good potential and you got your position at 9:35, and then all of a sudden obviously this news starts to spread throughout brokers and other news channels. Now people are starting to pick up on it, and then what happens is then it starts to hit scanners like trade ideas. And then when it hits scanners like trade ideas and all the other scanners, people will get their positions. So getting in on something when there's breaking news is very valuable because you could potentially get in or even out of a position. If you see there's bad news coming out, you can get rid of your position before a lot of other people do as well. So this is great for options, day trading, all of that. So we love Benzinga and trade ideas as a complement to each other. They are a little bit pricey. They're about $100 or so a month each. We do get you community discounts of 15% on trade ideas and 25% with Benzinga. With trade ideas, we appreciate it if you buy through our affiliate link. It helps us to continue to grow as a community. Same thing with Benzinga. They don't do affiliate links. You just go to their website, benzinga.com, and enter Bullish Bears 25 in lowercase letters, and you'll get a 25% discount. Again, if you're on a budget, just use what we offer for now, but at some point when you start to grow and you want to invest in some really good tools to help you to become a good trader, Benzinga and Trade Ideas are highly recommended. And again, if you purchase through us, it just helps us to continue to grow as a community. If you've not been over to our website yet, go over to bullishbears.com. Make sure you subscribe to our daily watch list and updates over here. We send out our watch list every day by email. Make sure you also join or take our courses over here. We have a couple $1,000s worth of free courses, as well as join our trade room. We're currently offering a trade room right now for free. Most trade rooms, if you've investigated and looked around, charge at least $100 to $150 a month. We don't know of any trade room out there right now that, number one, offers it for free, as well as does nightly watch list videos, as well as does alerts. Again, we'd argue our alert service is better than copying somebody else's trades, because we're giving you really the alerts that we are looking at and not ones that you should copy with us. So you're not necessarily chasing us. You might make a better choice. We give you the options of the alerts to look at, whereas, we could tell you to get in one, and again, we could be wrong on one, but you could have chosen, because you become a more disciplined trader and know what to look for. You might see a better alert on something else that we were to call that, we might call it a trade on ABC company, but XYZ company's alert might be better. So we're actually giving you the options to, have choice to get in these alert service. So basically, we're not making you reliant and dependent on us. And that's the beauty, and that's what's really going to help you to become a really good trader, is learning how to do it yourself. There's no easy way to success as a trader. The harsh reality is 90% of you will fail. 90% of all traders will fail. There's no way to overcome that. That is just the reality of it. And one of the easiest and best ways to fail is by copying everybody else and not learning how to trade yourself. I cannot stress it enough, the importance of it. So again, we're offering you, all of, a couple $1,000s worth of trading courses. We have $100 to $150 trade room with alert services and watch lists every day. So we're giving you so much content because we're trying to help you to become good traders. And again, Tim, Dan, and I, we're trying to do a different mission. We're trying not to be membership based. We don't want to be like everybody else. We ideally are trying to create a bigger movement. Someday we'd like to build a big enough following where we bring in sponsors, maybe like a Trade Idea, Benzinga, or maybe some of the brokerage firms that would end up paying us as a company to basically give you guys the training, even more of it, full-time, more in-depth depth training for free. But the only way that we can do that takes a long time. It takes a long time, a few years, to build up a big following, to get attention from big companies. And the only way for us to survive and grow is basically off of the monthly donations of our community members. We're looking for everybody to really just give a little bit, not a lot. Would we like a lot of money? Of course, for sure. But we're just looking for basically everybody to give a little bit to help us to continue to grow. Again, a lot of people say, well, what do you need? You don't have any expenses. You're paying $10 a month for domain hosting, or you're big deal, or maybe you have a couple $100 expenses. Why should I donate to you? And that would be the same thing as to why would you buy Guru's courses? Why would you pay monthly for their services? You're paying for their time and services, right? Nobody offers anything out there really for free. We're trying to defeat that, and we're trying to overcome that by actually offering things for free. In return, as we're growing, if we basically just leave it in our followers' hands, if you like what we're doing, what we're offering you, well, number one, you could take advantage of it for free. Or number two, you could decide to donate and give back. Just like you see with all the YouTubers and all these things, political affiliations, campaigns. Why would you donate to a church? Why would you donate to a charity? Why would you donate to a political affiliation when many of those people are billionaires or millionaires or have tons of money? Why would you give back to that cause? Well, it's because it's something that you believe in. It's a cause that you're behind, that you want to support. Same thing with us. If you believe in our cause, our mission, you want to help us, you want to support us, we cannot continue to grow without everybody's donations. So you can see we have a contribute button over here. We can't promise that someday we won't charge membership fees. Again, I say this in every video, we don't want to do that. And in order for us to not do that, we just need everybody to give at least a little bit. So if you're saying, hey, I'm on a budget, I don't have much money, you'll donate down the road. Well, the good news is we have monthly donation options for as low as $10 a month, $25 a month. So basically we make it affordable for absolutely everybody. It's a cost of 1 to 2 trades a month. So while you're learning, instead of us charging you $150 a month and a couple thousand for our courses, we're giving you all of it for free, and in return saying, hey, listen, can you kick us back $10, $25 a month to help us grow so that we can keep this model this way and ideally keep giving you back more and more down the road. So if you'd like to donate, we have a subscribe button over here. We have one-time donation options over here as well. So we greatly appreciate your donations. It helps us grow. We have merchandise too. We have our trademark logos here of the Bullish Bear, our Hope is Real slogan. And again, we have ladies, men's, kids apparel, hats, zip-up hoodies, mugs, gifts, high quality stuff. You'll see I'm wearing a Bullish Bears hat right now. Our logo, we'd argue, is right up there with many of the sports teams' logos. We actually think it's better quality than many sports logos. The detail and the quality that goes into this, we put a lot of time and effort to get that done for you guys. So if you like our stuff, we have a merchandise store over here. And again, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, click the notification bell, watch our videos. We have lots of content. Like our videos, comment on them, share them. It helps us to continue to grow. We'll do our best to be interactive with you guys if you have questions. But again, we're doing all of this trying to really help you guys out. Make sure that you take advantage of it. So hopefully this video helped you, and happy Trading Monday. Enjoy.